1 in 10 people don't have access to safe, clean drinking water. First and foremost, Belu is a drinks business. We partner with WaterAid. We give all of our net profits to WaterAid. That partnership's been in place since 2011. And in that time, we've given £5.8 million to WaterAid and transformed 391,944 lives all across the world with water and sanitation health projects. Working with WaterAid, it just really, really brings to life that we can't sit back on our laurels, that we have to do something. There's lots of people making lots of money in this world. Let's try and bring back some balance.
Welcome to the Social Impact Journal, the podcast where I talk to the change makers driving social impacts around the world. My name is Jack, and as ever, I'm your host. And this week, I'm with Georgie Murray. She is the Brand and Impact Partnerships Lead at Belu, a social enterprise in the UK. Georgie, thanks so much for coming on the show. I know we met at a social enterprise event a few months back, but thanks for taking the time to come on the Social Impact Journal.
Thank you for having me. Very pleased to be here.
Awesome. So, Belu, what is Belu and what's the story behind the social enterprise?
So first and foremost, Belu is a drinks business and a social enterprise, as you mentioned. So at Belu, we give all of our net profits to WaterAid. In terms of our product offering, we sell still and sparkling natural mineral water sourced from Montgomeryshire in Wales. We also sell refillable bottles and filtration systems. And our main customer base in the UK is hotels, restaurants, bars, cafes, and workplaces. And at Belu, our core aim and message is that we want to change the way the world sees water. So we want people, instead of just going for whatever bog standard option is on the menu, to really think about why they're buying a brand and a product, and maybe what impact that can have in the world. And so, for instance, with Belu, if you buy Belu, if you drink Belu, you know that you are giving back in some way. So, as I mentioned, we partner with WaterAid. We give all of our net profits to WaterAid. That partnership's been in place since 2011, and in that time, we've given £5.8 million to WaterAid and transformed 391,944 lives all across the world with water and sanitation health projects. So I mentioned WaterAid because they're our main impact partner, but we do also have other partnerships. Within the UK, we have what we call our impact investments. So aside from our net profits, we ring-fence some funds to invest into nature-based projects across the UK with charities such as the Rivers Trust, Thames 21, WRAP, and Blue Marine Foundation. We've got a lot going on.
We'll get into all of those different areas. How did Belu start? What was the origin story behind the business?
So origin story dates back to 2002. Reed Paget founded Belu with a vision that he wanted to see if it was possible for business to do some good in the world. This was really early days of social enterprises. Started a water company, drinks company, and by 2011, Karen Lynch, the former CEO, established that partnership with WaterAid in order to do that.
Amazing. So there's probably two key areas that I'd like to touch on in this episode. So it's the partnerships, so with WaterAid and your impact investments here in the UK, and then Belu's approach to sustainability.
Yeah.
So first of all, with WaterAid, you mentioned you've so far given £5.8 million to, that's a huge sum.
It's a lot of money, isn't it?
Yeah. Amazing. So what does a partnership look like with a charity from the business side? Because we've had a lot of guests on, and a lot of our audience are non-profit leaders and charity leaders who are looking at corporate partners as a way to further their mission. So from your side on the business, how do you interact with WaterAid?
So put my business hat on. With WaterAid, this partnership has to be mutually beneficial or it won't work. It's the same with any partnership really. But we do give them all of our net profits. We work with them really, really closely. I talk to the team at WaterAid almost every day, and we collaborate on things like events. We do sort of customer visits with the WaterAid team. We do campaigns. So last year we did a video social media campaign called Chop and Chat, where we teamed up with chefs, and the idea of it being sustainable cooking and not wasting water, reusing water. So say you've used water to boil some vegetables or boil something, you don't just have to throw that water away. You can use it to water your plants, or you can make broths from it. And how can we reuse things rather than just chucking our water away? Because I think, especially in the UK, we just turn the tap on. We don't really think about water because we don't have to. We're really, really fortunate here, but there's a lot of people around the world. In fact, 1 in 10 people don't have access to safe, clean drinking water. And when I hear these figures and working with WaterAid, it just really, really brings to life that we can't sit back on our laurels, that we have to do something. There's lots of people making lots of money in this world. Let's try and bring back some balance.
Yeah, for sure. So you said it was called Chop and Chat.
Chop and Chat.
Okay, so where can we find that social media campaign? So
Chop and Chat is all over our Instagram reels and our TikTok and YouTube shorts as well.
Okay, amazing. Yeah. So what I'm getting at is it's more than just the money, the financial element. So there's also that joint marketing and campaigns. How important is that to you as a business?
Yeah, it's really, really important because when Belu wins, WaterAid ultimately win. They're going to get our net profits. And so going back to what I was saying about it being a mutually beneficial partnership, yes, we talk to our customers about WaterAid stories, and we promote WaterAid wherever we can. But also WaterAid will help us. They have a lot of corporate partners. They're very visible. They're very out there at the moment. They're at Glastonbury Festival.
Okay.
And they're really good at talking to businesses about Belu and what we do. So we help each other out. It's a good partnership.
Amazing. And from what I understand, the funding that you give to WaterAid is unrestricted.
Yes.
So this is fairly unique, and in the international development space, there's a lot of discussions about this and the importance of unrestricted funding. So why did Belu focus on unrestricted funding to WaterAid?
Yeah, it would be a lot easier to have a specific project in a specific country that we could put our stamp on and say, yeah, that's the project that we funded. And a lot of our customers really want to know what we're funding. But as you said, we work on an unrestricted funding model with WaterAid. And what that means is that we give them the funds and we leave it up to them. They're the experts at the end of the day. Yep. They know where the money's needed the most, where the gaps need filling. And this is really, really vital and important for emergencies, natural disasters, things like flooding, droughts, earthquakes. And increasingly more so with climate change, these things are happening more and more often. There's always something that you can't predict. And so for WaterAid, it's really good to have that cash in the bank, essentially, that they can draw from. We're not on the ground. We're not in the countries that they work in. So we trust them to do the right thing with the money.
Fantastic. And for those that don't know, how many countries are WaterAid operating in?
They're operating in 27 countries at the moment. Yeah, so across UK, US, Africa, Asia.
Amazing. So that's WaterAid, your, let's say, principal partner. But I know you do a lot of other, let's say, impact investments in the UK. So it would be great to hear about those projects as well.
Yeah. So in complete contrast to WaterAid and the unrestricted funding model, we have our impact investments in the UK. And these are for nature-based solutions, nature projects, with water charities. So I mentioned the charities that we work with, but one of the charities we work with is Rivers Trust. They're an amazing charity. They're absolutely everywhere as well, very well connected. And we work with Thames 21, we work with WRAP, we work with Blue Marine Foundation, and we work with them on kind of restoration projects, conservation projects. And it's in contrast to WaterAid, which means that we can tell the story of this is exactly which project we funded, how much we gave. We've got tangible results we can draw from. So we're really good at giving stats and data. We publish our impact report annually around April time on Earth Day. And so, we've got the data, we've got the insights.
Amazing. So on those impact investments, just want to understand how it actually works. So if you can give maybe a case study of one of those partners in the UK. So you say they're charities. So what kind of impact investment is it? What kind of results are you looking for? It would be good to hear at least one case study.
Yeah, of course. So a project that we funded was the restoration of the River Ravensbourne and Glassmill ponds down in South London in Bromley, late last year to early this year. And in some ways, you can track the progress of this and the success of this project in that you can physically go and see the river's been restored. There's more wildlife. There's a big greater variety of wildlife as well, not only in the river, so different types of fish, but also birds coming to the area, insects. You can see different plant species. So there's ways to measure it in that sense, but there's also that community aspect. There's a lot more people that are now able to go and see the river, walk by the river. There are lots of studies out there that will show the mental health benefits of having access to water, green space, kind of a healthy environment. Yep. We take that all on board as well.
And for customers, it must be great because, as you say, they can actually, visualize the impact in somewhere they can travel to within the UK. So how important was that in your decision to start funding some of those projects?
Yeah, that did play a factor, but it wasn't the main reason. So actually the main reason, I should have said that in the first place. The main reason that we decided to pivot towards impact investments in the UK was in response to, so previously we'd done carbon offsetting, paying for carbon credits to fund projects halfway around the world that we have no way of measuring, no way of going to see. We're trusting companies to give us the right data. And so there just felt like a disconnect. And in some ways, it's really, really hard to trust because some of these companies are very new. Some of it can really feel like greenwashing, and it's not close to home for our customers. And we have lots of water aid stories from around the world with real people, lots of data, but we really wanted to do something in the UK that people could actually go out and see for themselves. So we've got lots of projects now all across the UK, which is really nice because we can tell our customers, and they can then tell their customers all these stories of, if you buy this bottle of Belu, if you drink Belu, then you're helping to fund these impact investments and these nature projects down the road that you can go and see them.
Yeah, brilliant. And so this is one of the products from Belu. So I'd be interested to learn your approach to sustainability within the product itself.
Yeah, so actually that bottle that you're holding right now is our natural mineral water in a lightweight, the lightest weight possible glass bottle. It's ethically made glass, made in the UK. So the glass doesn't travel very far, and it's also partly recycled, and it's fully recyclable. Wow. So that's, we're not trying to create more waste. We're trying to recycle wherever possible with our packaging and our products.
Amazing. Where can we currently see Belu in the UK?
So in terms of if you wanted to go out and buy Belu?
Yeah, like where are you mainly selling to? I know there's some hotels, restaurants, but where are all the outlets that you would sell to?
So we're not actually in supermarkets. We have what we call our grab and go range, which, all over the place. We're in Pure, the cafes, Pure, in Gales, we're in Yo Sushi, we're in quite a few chains now. And we also have quite a lot of hotel customers. So we're in the Pig chain, amazing hotels, Ferndale Hotel. Yeah, there's about 600-700 customers, so I won't list them all. Yeah. But you'll see Belu kind of dotted around. And I get friends sending me pictures of bottles of Belu, like, oh, look, I'm out for dinner and they serve Belu here. Yeah. Did you know that? I'm like, oh, cool, great.
Yeah, we were mentioning before we went on air that I've also kind of seen it out and about in the UK.
Yeah.
And I know you're also selling overseas as well.
Yes, yeah. We're not selling the bottles overseas, so we don't export the bottles for environmental reasons, but we do have filtration systems that we've rolled out. And so we're operating with filtration systems in Hong Kong and Singapore now. We just launched in Singapore a month ago.
Fantastic.
Exciting.
So Georgie, there's a question I asked to all of my guests on this show, and as you know, it's called the Social Impact Journal. So if you had your own journal and you could write one page in that, and in that page you're speaking to a business owner or decision maker that maybe doesn't understand the benefit of social enterprises or working or buying products and services from social enterprises, what would you write in that page for them?
I think I would ask them to take a step back and look at their supply chain and look at how all aspects of their supply chain feed into their brand, their sort of the quality of the service, and the experience that they're giving to their own customers. So with social enterprises, you might not even think that you could have a supplier that is also a social enterprise, and there's lots more of them out there than there used to be. And if you're interested in finding more out about that, there's organisations such as SE UK that have whole directories full of social enterprises and businesses. But I think my thing would be that these are really good quality products. It's not just a nice thing, a nice story to tell, or, oh, this is a charitable product. It's a good product, and it's a good message. It's a good thing to be supporting. And if you are a company that values sustainability, then why not make that swap, make that leap to work with more social enterprises?
Yeah. No, that's the hope. That is the hope. So, Georgie, thanks so much for joining me on the show. If any of our audience are thinking now, they want to chat with you or they want to learn more about the Belu story, where would you direct them towards?
So lots of information on the Belu website. It's www.belu.org, and Belu is BELU. We're on pretty much every social media you can get, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, or just email me. We've got a press inbox. It's press@belu.org. We're all very friendly. We're a small team, so bear with us. But yeah, we're all very open, friendly, and up for connecting with new people.
Yeah, amazing. And we'll include the link to your latest impact report in the show notes. So what are a few things that people should be looking out for in that report?
So definitely our stats are all across it. You won't miss them. But we've got some really, really nice stories from WaterAid in there. Some really good case studies on our own supply chain, our manufacturing suppliers that we work with, and then our exciting new projects and operations going on in Hong Kong and Singapore. So
amazing.
A lot of stuff in there.
Great. Well, thanks for joining me on the show and best of luck. Thanks so much for watching the episode this week with Georgie. Join us next week for our latest episode. And if you did enjoy this one, share it with your colleagues and friends and join our brand new newsletter for the podcast. See you next week.